Okay, this is part 2 of modeling a car in 3D Studio Max. We're done with Photoshop, back into Max. Really quick, on our website, Ronin the Samurai game, which we partnered with Angry Martian Studios to build, should be released in the next 2 to 3 weeks. It's April 20th, I think, now. So if you're watching this 2010, if you're watching this in December or some other year, obviously this has no relevance, but for right now this has relevance. You do purchase this game, please, because it will support what we do on the site. The money and revenue does come directly to us. Also, animation conference in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, is coming up in May. So you also want to, if you can attend this, definitely advise it. Some of the great artists are going to be there. And let's get back to the tutorial. Okay, for those of you who are used to spine modeling, that's not what I'm going to start with here. I'm actually going to do poly modeling, or actually, face modeling or poly modeling, however you want to put it. I'm going to start with a tube, and I'm going to create a tube here in the wheel well that matches the outside and the inside, and then I'm just going to create any depth I need. And I went the wrong way, well, no I didn't. Oops, let me redo that. Redo. Okay. Let's see, what do I need about this? Sides I knocked down to 14. I think its standard is 24. I'm going to put mine down to 14. And I actually have to go to the modify panel to affect it. So if yours is not sitting at 14 and you're using the same model same car I am, otherwise you just need as few polygons as you can wrap around the wheel well. Convert it to an editable poly. Go to polygon mode and delete all the other polygons, and I can delete the bottom side polygons here. Alright, I'm going to turn this off, go to my top viewport, hierarchy panel, affect pivot point, center to object, turn this off, slide this to the edge of the car. Just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to hold down Shift, drag it over, click OK. This makes a copy, and I'm going to match it to the wheel well and move it back. Okay, so that's both wheel wells are started. Now I can go to my modify panel, scroll down a little bit to attach, and attach the other wheel well. So now it's one object. Turn this off, hit 1 on the keyboard is the vertex mode, and I just go through and adjust these vertices and match the car. If you activate view mode, is the axis mode that you're working with your pivot. You notice that X and Y is completely perpendicular and parallel with the viewport. So I'm going to switch this to local, and you'll notice that it changes to the local axis of the object I have selected. So it makes it a little bit easier to adjust. If I hit Alt-X on the keyboard, I can see through the model. I am kind of doing this tutorial for those who are relatively new to Max. That's why I'm explaining everything I'm doing. Okay. So pretty much it's all you're doing right now is matching the vertices up to the viewport in the background. Also, if you notice that if I roll over just the y-axis like this, it only moves on the y-axis no matter which way I spin the mouse. If I roll over the x-axis, same thing. And if I roll over the center, I can move it in all directions. So for those of you who are really new to Max and you're getting frustrated with that, that is why. You got to pick the point on the axis you're moving. And I almost made a boo-boo by... boo-boo. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I got up 6 o'clock this morning to get this tutorial done. Or started again. Okay, so everything's looking good. Bring this up just a hair. Go ahead and work on the front real quick. Drag these. Ooh, okay, so if you have multiple vertices selected, that could happen under local mode. If I switch it back to view, they'll move in sync. So I already have a line here for the front or the back, so I might as well create one here for the front. Drag, select, connect, click OK. Again, I use the connection option, and it was a connect dialog box. go to 1 on the keyboard and move this down. If I move a little fast, it's because this tutorial is going to drag out to being a lot. I think I mentioned that in the first part 1. So just want to get this to be done and over with. A lot of people have been requesting a car modeling tutorial. Okay, I'm going to move this to this point. Really, you got to understand why I'm moving points. I'm just trying to match up the background. That's the simple definition of why I'm moving what where. And experimenting. You got to have the cojones not to be afraid of experimenting where you place and extrude objects, because you'll never learn anything if you are afraid. Again, it's all digital. You can screw up and redo it. Alright, so I have all the edges matched up. I'm going to work on the front of the car. I'm going to grab these edges here and hold down Shift and drag them over. I'm going to drag them. Oops. I'm going to drag. I hit Alt X on accident. That's what, or Control X. That's what activated that mode. I'm going to hold down Shift and drag over. It creates a new set of polygons. I'm going to just move that about there. Yeah, that's good. And I'm going to bring it in like that. Maybe about that much. Okay. Need to just fix this vertice. Grab these 3 edges, hold down Shift, move it down, vertex mode. Actually, I'm going to go back to edge mode and move it up just a bit. Now vertex mode, select the vertex, target weld, and click on the other vertex. Now I right clicked to open up that menu that you just saw. Right click on an object, see? You can also come over here to target weld. Alright, so I'm going to move this down to about there, and this to about there. Now I just need to grab this vertex, the very top one, just the one, and move it in a little bit. Okay. Backside will be flush. Hold on Shift. That's good. And oops, looks like I went too far. Right about there. And target weld. Move this into place. Something like that. Okay, now I'm going to move that one there. Something like that. Okay. So let's go ahead and go onto the front. Grab this edge, this edge, this edge. Hold down Shift, drag them over. Okay, I'm going to move this edge down. This edge down. Go back to the edge mode and move it in. Watching both my front and top view. That looks to be good. And then I'm going to go edge again, hold down Shift, move it over to the base of the light, right about here. Start moving my vertices into place. Okay, this one is not going to stick out as far as the one down here, so I'm going to move it in a little bit. Move this one. Actually, I move this one in a lot because it's going to be the corner right there. Just like that. Alright, and hold down Shift again to go right about there. I'm actually going to go scroll down to right here, make planar, and I'm going to choose Z, and it flattens it out. So right there, go to my front viewport, or my top, move it forward. Okay, So real quick, I've noticed a couple of things. Number one, these edges need to be brought in. So do these. So do these. And that looks, one's right here look to be there. Perfect. Okay. Let's try to push these forward to get them to go all the way to the edge of the car. Most likely this one's going to come back as well a bit. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and move this vertex down. And forward. This one forward. I'm going to go ahead and click this edge here, ring, connect, slide it down. Again, I'm using the connect dialog box. Click OK. Grab the vertices, these two, and move them in like that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move this guy over and these guys over. And push them back out. Just push out a bit. Move these guys down a little bit more. Okay. Probably can bring him down a little bit. And just a hair. Alright, edge mode again. Grab these edges. Hold down shift, drag over. Just this little edge here, and go ahead and move forward. No, the bumper, the last two in the bottom here, these two. Move it forward, like that. Okay, go to edge mode again, and nope, let's move this vertex down. Now edge mode. Grab these two edges, shift, move these two vertices. Okay, these are going to be moved back. And like that. Let's see, is there anything else I want to grab? Move this down a little bit. Alright, I'm going to take this one straight up. Grab this vertice, move it right into here. This one there. And straight back. Alright. Grab these two edges, hold down shift, go down to make planar, Z, flatten them out, and right click on X so they're 100% on the X axis. This is why I set the image directly in the center in Photoshop and set the plane directly in the center 0 axis in 3ds Max. Because later when I use symmetry, it's going to be super easy to tweak it if I need to. Most likely doing it this way, I will not have to tweak it. So there is a method to my madness after all. Sometimes, not all the time. Bring these up. Okay, and definitely bring them forward. Kind of judge between the two. Alright, edge mode. Do the same thing for the bottom lip. Hold down shift, I already know it's flattened out. Set the x-axis to 0 just in case. Make planar Z and reset it. Alright. This is going to be forward. Probably can pull this vertex up a little bit. Okay. So I have the upper and lower lip of the car already. Just checking my viewports. Probably can come in here and move these forward some. Move these forward some. And move this one back. And these two in here back. Okay. Go ahead and finish off the mouth of this. Let me just grab these two edges. Connect twice and with no slide. Click OK. Pull it forward. So I got that nice edge, round edge in the bottom. Now I can go click this edge, go loop. Alt, hold down Alt and drag select over these extra edges, so all I have is around the mouth. Hold down Shift and drag back. And there you have the beginning of the mouth. Alright. Let's go ahead and go to Edge Mode. Select these three edges. Use the, nope, not chamfer. You can also right click and use Connect. Dialog box right here. We only need one. Click OK. Activate one on the keyboard for vertices and move these into place. Okay. And let's go ahead and let's drag this forward some. Yeah. Okay. And this one too. Now let's grab these two edges, hold down Shift, target weld. Again, I right click to activate the target weld. Don't need to target weld this one. Just put it here and move that right about here. Let me go ahead and go to the side view, move these in to where they need to be. Actually, this is the top view. Voila. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go here again. Or no, sorry, just this edge and this one. Hold down Shift, drag it up. Target weld this vertex to there. And grab this, not target weld, but grab this edge and move it. Same thing with this one. Let's take a look at, yep. All right. That's looking good. Let's see, what else do I want to move on to? Let's go ahead and finish the hood. Grab these two edges, hold down Shift. Go to side view, move them up. I'm going to take this all the way back. Vertex mode. Take this to here and this to here. Okay. And these might have to be moved up a little bit. That looks good. Alright, go to edge mode, click edge, ring, connect, slide probably to about there, click OK, move it up, vertex, Put this one right here. Probably put this one right here. And right there. Up. Up. Okay, so the vertex that's coming off of this is going to be raised because we'll talk about that here in a bit. Might as well. You notice this huge dip coming up into the hood. It goes all the way from here and actually all the way to the back side of the mirror, or the side mirror, side piece of the mirror. Okay, let's see here. Do I want to add any more geometry? I do. Click here, ring, and connect. No slide, click OK. Move this forward. Move these guys forward. There. Okay. And same thing with this. Connect. Okay, and actually I could use loops, flow connect. It automatically creates the arc for me. So that's pretty cool. It's one of the new tools in 2010. Not really new anymore. 2011 has actually just been apparently released, I think. I have yet to look into getting it. But I want to start making some good tutorials off the new software. Let's see here. Anything else I want to play with on the front? Okay, I got the hood. Let's go ahead and add an extra set of vertices in here. Connect. No slide. Click OK. Move it up. Play with this vertex here. And I can use bridge from here to here. Bridge. And I can grab this vertice. Now, looking at the car, it dips down, so it's got a nice hard edge and drops down behind the wheel. So let me minimize all that. So I'm going to probably take this to about here. This is where it's going to drop. Right into there. So it comes, this area is where it's, so let's pretend it's all flat with that. That's the way you got to think about it. So I'm going to move this to actually there. Just like that. And now I can grab this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. Hold on, Shift. Go to my vertex mode. Target weld, of course. And turn off target weld. Grab the rest of these vertices. They are going to be moved in. And position them appropriately along. So I'm going to just take this one down to there. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep that one up. So there. Move these over. What I'm going to do is this edge, this edge, and this edge. This edge, this edge, and this edge. Bridge. It's a very nice tool, very handy. Now I can come in here, click here, ring, and let's go ahead and go connect. Doesn't really look like I have to slide it, maybe just a bit to there, click OK. Take this vertice to there. Looks good. And actually, I don't have to delete. Technically, if I go, since I grab these, connect, slide this all the way in the other direction, there should be a nice little edge back here too that is pulled in. So I go to vertex mode and grab all these vertices. Move them out just a little bit more. There. Okay. I'll fix this. Get it straight. Alright, I believe I'm going to call it good there. We got a lot done in the car so far, and go ahead and come back for part 3.